folks. I've had a few comments, and as you can hear from, as you can see from the title, people have been asking me my thoughts on Harry Maguire. Right. Personally, right, I've got nothing against Harry Maguire, right? Fair play to the lad. He came from Hull to Leicester. He then got a massive move to Manchester United. I honestly cannot fault him for doing that, right? So all the comments about me being salty and all that, yeah, you can put the fuckers in, it don't bother me, whatever, you know. Fair play to the lad. He's gone there, he's on 190 grand a week. He's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, captain of Manchester United, and yeah, fair play to the lad. I've got nothing against him, right? What you say against him is basically, is banter a strong enough word or too weak enough word? I do think that Man United paid way over the odds for him. I think Leicester did a real good bit of business last year, making them pay 80 million for him. United desperately needed a defender, and I still think they do need one. Certainly not for 80 million. But Harry Maguire, fair play to you. I take my hat off to you. You did an amazing piece of work by, you know, coming to Leicester for 15 million and then selling them for 80, right? Brilliant stuff. And I'm not, you know, I don't want to wish any harm on Harry Maguire. When all's said and done, he's done nothing wrong. He plays for England. He gives his all. When all's said and done, every time he puts a shirt on for Manchester United, or when he put one on for Leicester or Hull or England, he tries his all, right? So, fair play to him. But, as we all know, he's been arrested, and he got charged with aggravated assault, resisting arrest, and repeated attempts of bribery. Right, he was found guilty. Now, I would say that the Greek law and order or whatever is not the best in the world, you know. But what I would say is that he's put himself and his family in a position that he shouldn't be putting himself in. He's basically gone on holiday, on a budget holiday kind of thing. Now, I've watched the interview, and I've read I've read the report as well. I've done a bit of research into this. You know, it's not just going here and talking balls. No. Some of you Man U fans will say I'm talking bollocks. Well, which is fair enough. Which is the best thing about this country, because you can say what you like in theory, and then somebody can criticise me, and I've got nothing wrong with that. He's put himself in a position with him and his family. He's the captain of Manchester United. He plays for England. He shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. Granted, right, he should be able to go on holiday, have a good time with him and his family and all that. But you have to be careful with what you are doing, right? He was saying sort of things like he doesn't need security and all that. Well, you know, you probably don't need security, Harry, but you do need somebody to say, pat the fuck up, right? Or just keeping an eye out of what's happening, right? You can't just go and live like you do or used to before you became a £190,000 a week player for captain of Manchester United. You need some responsibility. You have got when you're Harry Maguire, you have the Manchester United badge, or the logo, and that's nothing against Manchester United fans, because let's face it, Manchester United is now one of the biggest businesses, money-making machines in the world for the Glaziers. Them fucking idiots, who basically have ruined the club. Although they are, you know, Manchester United are successful, they have just ruined the club. The fans, I'm sure there's many fans for Manchester United who will agree with me that the Glaziers have just basically wrecked the club. Ow, that was hot. Just move the kettle. And so anyway, I've read the reports and all that. The interview was basically, what's happened is Manchester United have wheeled him out there. Go on, Harry, go. You've been a naughty boy. Now fucking get out there and make something of it. I think it was a well-rehearsed script, or well-planned. He says more times than me. Now, when I do a video for you guys, I do a video, and I think as I've gone along doing these videos over the past so many years, I have developed, I have grown into where I don't go every 2 minutes. I know when I first started this, I used to, but it does seem to me that Manchester United have wheeled him out there to try and make amends, to try and explain himself. I don't think he's done a very good job of it, to be fair. I think he had very little eye contact with the camera. He had very little eye contact with, who was it? Dan Rowan. He had very little eye contact with him. I don't particularly believe the story of the Albanians who drugged his little sister. I like the way he uses the word little sister as if she's like 14. She's 20, right? That means she's a grown woman. You know what I mean? She's a grown woman. And to keep using the phrase of little sister doesn't really cut the ice with me. And you know, there's a lot of girls out there in the 20s who are 18, 19, 20s who should be aware of what they're doing. And the thing as well is that I've read the report. They thought Daisy was being drugged by a couple of Albanians, and her eyes rolled into the back of the head. Whatever. Anyway, they basically got Daisy back on the bus, and she recovered pretty quickly. Is that basically because she might have been drunk and she might have sobered up? I'm not saying that she was drunk, but could it have been a case of that? Could there have been anything there? And then later on, they got him on the minibus and the bus was stopped, and Harry and his mate got kicked off. And the next thing is the police, or these 8 men, were around them. And well, let me see what it says here, folks. If we can get this bloody MacBook to work. Right, the minibus arrived, they drove for 10 to 15 minutes. Maguire said when he turned to walk back to the bus, he and his friend had been circled by the men who started walking towards them. So they'd either been circled or they'd been walking towards them. What is it, fucking cowboys and Indians. We got down on our knees, we put our hands in the air and waved them like they just didn't care. And they started hitting us, right? I don't know what I'm saying, folks. I'm just going to try and find out what I'm reading so I can't fucking see. They got one of my hands in the handcuff and they were hitting my legs saying, "My career's over, no more football, you won't play again." They've obviously not seen him defend this year. And at this point, I thought there's no chance, and these are the police. I got no idea who they are. I tried to run away. I had one hand in the handcuff. I was moving my hand. This is where the charges have come from. This is what they are saying is resisting arrest, and this is what the assault is. No punches have been thrown. I didn't believe they were the police. So at this point, I thought there's no chance these are the police. Then later on, I didn't believe they were the police. What the fuck are you on about, Harry? This is a fat bloke from Leicester who's reading this. What are you talking about? 1 minute you believe they were the police, the next minute you don't believe they were the police. And the other thing is, right, he's sitting there being interviewed in his shorts, right, and a t-shirt. So he's had his hand cuffed, right? He's had a beating. And where's the cuff marks? Where is the marks around his cuff? He's had his legs hit, right? No more football for you. You won't play again. Where are the marks on his legs? Where was his sister stabbed? What was she stabbed with? Is there any pictures? This is all important stuff. I know that when things are happening, you know, your mind's he's not trained for this. And this is what I'm saying about having somebody with him. This is where you need somebody with security on him. But Manchester United are one of the richest clubs in the world, and they should be having security going with their players, their main players. This is what it is. I want to know what Harry's sister Daisy was injected with. Surely, was there not some kind of blood test, a urine test or something? It sounds very fabricated. It sounds very made up, very thought out in the last few minutes. This thing. I mean, to be fair, in one way, I do hope Harry Maguire, I do hope that he was beaten and it is proved that he is innocent, because you don't want this hanging over your head. But what was she injected with? Was it bullshit? Because that's how it's coming across. This sounds like a story that's just been thrown together by some lads who have been on holiday. I've been on holiday with the lads. You do stupid fucking things. You do really stupid things and you get caught up in that. But this is Manchester. This is Harry Maguire from Manchester United. You cannot do things like this. The kids look up to you. It's all very well saying people want a photo of you. Do you know what, right, folks? This is how fucking stupid it is now. I am not classing myself as a celebrity or anything, but when I go out, I have to make sure I've got a mask on, because the last thing is I want somebody, Blue Van Man not wearing a mask in fucking Marx's, or BVM not wearing a fucking mask in Primark, because this is just what it is. People are out to get you. And Harry, I honestly don't believe this. You came out of the prison or the police station, you weren't limping, you weren't hobbling, all of a sudden you got a fucking mask on. You didn't have a mask on when you were hugging and kissing every fucker, and I'm not saying you were hugging and kissing girls or anything, but you know what I mean, you were hugging and you were mixing with people. You weren't wearing a fucking mask then, and now all of a sudden you found some kind of image that you want to portray, where you're a law-abiding citizen. And I do believe Harry's a law-abiding citizen, but I just think he's got caught up in this. And the thing is now, they've appealed, so in Greek law, what's it say? Greek law, what is it? Greek law. Right, Greek law, basically, once you've appealed, it gets wiped out. You're an innocent man, because then or woman, because then it will go to court and it will be then dragged up. But the only thing is, this could take 3 years to come to court. This could take for ages. I don't know. It's one of them things. He should never be in the situation. I hope other clubs learn from this, and I hope that they start sticking bloody chaperones with these players when they go out and about, because they do get themselves into some stupid situations. They're all, I'm not saying footballers are thick, but they just don't seem to have a lot of common sense. They seem to think that money rules the world, and it fucking don't. It fucking don't. So, to round it up, I think the interview was pretty poor. He didn't look the reporter in the eye. He looked on the floor most of the time. He wasn't engaging with him. He didn't apologise for whatever he should. I do think he should apologise for being put in that situation, because he's put the name of Manchester United and all that down a bit. So there you have it, folks. Some of you have asked for my opinion, and I felt like giving it. You either like it or you don't like it. I don't want to argue with anybody. If you want to put the comments down below and give me your opinions, then fair enough. I probably won't bother answering them, because it gets a little bit complicated and heated. Well, not heated, I don't heat anything, but yeah. Not the best position to be in, is it? This could hang over him, and this could affect his England career as well, because although he's been actually cleared by, because appealing, it has cleared him, he doesn't, he's an innocent man now, he's still going to go to trial. And I don't know whether this is good for England, to be fair. I think that he probably will. He will play for England and he will get on with it. And it probably will be proved that he is innocent. And I hope he is innocent. But, really? Laters.